made for live betting.
So there I was, right? I'm in negotiations with Gaben over coming out to Shanghai and doing his event. I'm like, no, not unless you bring Too Good out, all right? We need more British people. And he goes, no, all right? He's an ass, and you're acting like the panties over his ass. We won't work with you either. And that's based... Wait, are we live? Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, basically, as I was saying, you know, panties over ass, really good. Because, you know, no one likes a naked model, and that's how you get banned on Twitch. You think about it, if Naga was exposed realistically, every tournament channel would be banned. So it's really good that we have this censorship in DOTA.
I mean, I've streamed naked before. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it's
Just
fine
need
as
to
long as
make
you
sure
don't
you
show
don't
it.
turn on your camera.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people seem to assume that I'm at home dressed in a suit right now. You don't know what I'm wearing or not wearing. I'm not on camera.
It's hot outside, you know.
Making it hot inside as well, you know?
Mediating circumstances.
Sure, that's my excuse. That's why, like, I just don't put any clothes on each day and depressingly walk around my house with no work to do. Speaking of a depressing thing, there's a Miranda pick. Possibly one of the, if not worst, heroes in DOTA right now. This is like bottom 10 heroes in the game right now, right?
Yeah, and the thing I love the most about Miranda is just her face. Just look at her face. She knows.
Yeah, but she keeps, like, you notice when she does that, like, weird smile, and it's like, it's not a proper kind of smug smile, and it just kind of looks like she had a stroke and is still recovering. You notice that?
Yeah, it's like she's given up, you know? She's trying,
Given
but
up
she's
on
not
being
really.
able to smile. Jesus.
It's like me in life, you know?
What, are you more like the Miranda or the Shadow Demon, though? That's the real question.
Am I a demon from hell that creates illusions of people? Yeah, totally.
I mean, the question is, are you toxic or depressed? You know, like,
Why not both?
could be. One could lead to the other. It's just a matter of whether we should feel sympathy for you based on which
Misery
way around
loves
it.
company.
That's why he made a new team around himself.
Anyway,
Anyway,
speaking about nightmarish situations, Bane.
not bad when the Mirana shows up, right? Because like if you're actually good at Bane, which now correct me if I'm wrong, Wingblade, these are pro players, so they should be good at Bane. You can dodge that arrow with the nightmare.
When you're about to die, you just nightmare your teammate and run away and set them up for an arrow. It's perfect.
I'm getting insights into Dutch esports scenes.
I mean, I've been on the tier 2 scene. I know how to play, man.
Like, I'm pretty sure if the Dutch could actually afford an army in real life, and they were like, you know, let's say they're in a war in like Afghanistan or something, like, oh, we need to fall back, and you shoot a guy in the heel and run. Like, this is pretty much what you've described to me in Dota terms.
I mean, we are absolute badasses. Like, the US and like civilized countries, they use like guns and planes and tanks, and we use bikes. And we're on the same level. Just imagine what would happen if we used actual equipment.
Here's the problem, though. If you guys had any brains, you would have had bike locks, and the Germans wouldn't have stolen your bikes.
Okay, that's just too much. Watch your words, pigeon.
All I'm saying, right, is, you know, you go back to World War II, the Germans stole your bikes. You go more recent times, when we had a friendly over there, the English fans were throwing your bikes into the river. Like, I think your country seriously needs bike locks.
Can you stop personally attacking me, please?
Look, it could be worse. You could be Belgium, whose, you know, Air Force is just probably someone on a skateboard with a box cut out that looks like a plane running around an airfield.
I mean, we don't pay too much attention to Belgium. We just let them have a good time, you know. Don't break their bubble.
An open bubble. Speaking of bubbles, look at this stuff. Hero that actually has a bubble around it. Templar Assassin. This hero seems to have just fallen off the side of a cliff after the nerf to refraction denies.
Radiant team back.
Yeah. I mean, it really impacts her laning, but at the same time, she still has the stuff that makes her strong, which is being able to lose the lane and still being like level 10 at 8 minutes, because you just farm jungle so fast.
You know the good thing FlyToMoon here is? This Mirana can't possibly miss an arrow. Do you know what the bad news is, Wingblade?
10 seconds.
Still have
They
a
have a Mirana.
There it is.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
All right, what's the final hero that will set up Mirana
Dire
arrows?
team ban.
Disruptor.
What? Why?
Because you glimpse
Oh,
back.
Naga. Naga is the best.
Naga support?
I think they can do offlane Mirana. It's offlane Mirana anyway, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Should
So
I do
you need a
Mirana?
support, right? Like, you need a support.
No.
No, because everyone...
This is obviously position 5, and they need a carry.
Mirana carry.
5
No,
seconds
Mirana
remaining.
offlane.
Mirana carry.
Fuck Mirana carry, it's awful. Then again, everything on
Mirana
Mirana
is
awful.
awful.
God damn it, this makes my job so difficult.
Mirana support.
I guess that could work.
Your roaming wouldn't be bad, but there's a Bane that's going to ruin all of your arrows.
No, there is no way you can stop the arrow from coming out after disruption because of the animation.
They might miss
It only
time
works
slightly.
if it's like a normal stun, but with disruption there is no way you can get it.
That's true. You watch them screw this up, okay?
Dire team pick. Radiant
They banned the
team
Naga,
pick.
so you're wrong on that one. Okay, yeah, the home missile hits when the arrow hits. There you go.
I'm so confused.
This is I need to take a bong here. Is this a support gyrocopter or support? This is support Mirana, really, right? Right? That's an
I'm
awkward as
even
well.
more
This game is
confused
painful.
now.
This game is painful. I hate this hero so much. I think everyone who's not an Arc Warden spammer hates this hero.
And guess what kind of person I am?
Yeah, I know you spam it, you piece of filth.
If the hero is dirty and everyone hates it, I probably play it and enjoy it too much.
No questions on how you got
Except
your
for
rank.
Brood. Fuck Brood.
Brood? I mean, I don't know. TI winner plays Brood. I'm more on board with that. Dude, what's that Mirana mount? Holy crap, I haven't seen that one before.
You haven't? It sucks, yeah.
Like, what the hell? The wings as well. It's
It's
like,
like-
are those wings or legs? If you didn't see her legs behind it, you think she's got really big-ass legs.
No, she's like a part
Oh, that's
crab.
the immortal
and
one,
it's
right?
just- Yeah, it's the pay-to-lose one.
Yeah,
where,
was that the
like,
one that cracks
she
people's
screams really
PCs?
loud when she's about to arrow.
Oh,
It's
really?
like arrow.
Wait,
Yeah, pretty
was that the
much.
one that had huge frame rate loss when they first released it? Yeah, and people would build mantas and crash people's games.
sometimes when you get a haste rune, like the head of the mount just derps all over the place, and it's amazing.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to pay close attention to that one.
Yeah, I think I remember because I was like, because it released, and I was at TI, so like I didn't get a chance to play it. But I heard about the exploits, like people were just building mantas and pick up illusion runes and crashing people's games. Then like half the community stopped using it because their PCs couldn't handle it.
Good stuff. You just move to like SCA or some region where people have shitty PCs, spam Marana, and you get them on my easy.
Yeah, I love that load-in when we got to this this little thing here. Like, just turned from a statue to flop dead like that. That was beautiful. Eternal Envy by Ark.
Yeah.
Why
I've seen
can't I
this one
commend-
before. It's beautiful.
I want to commend it. Oh my god. But
I feel like pro players aren't like focusing enough on creating nice.
yeah, very
Dog.
anarchy, very beautiful things. Here you go. You can't screw this arrow up. There we go. First blood. That was actually beautifully predicted as well because you're a centaur, right? You just want to stack up your early retaliates. It gets punished.
But generally, people do like 2 or 3 stacks because otherwise it's risky. But Doug went like full big dick and went for like, I don't know, 8.
Think? Yeah, I think it's 5 or 6. And that, look at this. He did get 12, you know? Objective achieved.
I see this as an absolute win.
Oh, that's more arrow. Oh my god, what is this game? That's the second kill. But it is a support Marana, by the way. We never actually highlighted that part. It was mostly obvious with the gyro pick, but so far it's definitely had an impact. I think this is like the only way you can make this hero work.
I don't even know. I thought Marana Foy was like one of the worst things in Dota, but maybe I'm proven wrong.
I mean, like, you know, it doesn't say much. I'm not playing at more ranks, but I've been playing a lot. It just feels really good because people forget about roaming supports for a start. And a lot of
For
people
a good
predictable.
reason.
Yeah.
Oh, the arrow?
Madara's awake.
Ooh. No one can possibly touch Madara. Come on.
I mean, I like this Bassi start, though.
Yeah, it's a very good item. I like seeing it on mid heroes as well because it gives 8 damage. It's like really strong.
You know, off lanes don't really build it anymore because, of course, you know, the changes to Vlad's, it's not as desirable an item because you can't buy it all from the side store anymore.
Yeah, and there is no Sage's Mask in the side shop either, so you would have to start with that one and then buy the Ring of Protection in the side shop. And you don't really want to start with like a 300 gold item that gives you nothing.
But you used to be able to justify it because you go for the headdress first, right? You're like, ah, this is great.
Address?
Wait, not headdress. Oh,
Ring of Protection.
Ring of Protection, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Helm Dominant. Oh, what? Wait, no, Helm Dominant has the ring.
Anyway,
I'm blank now. I've had one this moment.
I'm not super sure about this Aquad and safe lane. I feel like this is one of those heroes that can get ran over really. So if Beast gets a few levels, it's gonna be quite tough to play.
Oh, that was right. Yeah, headdress. Yeah, it was in Helm Dominator. It's just the ring helps there as well.
It still is, right?
Yeah, but you can't buy the head, like the components, right? Didn't they change it? Because there was one component that you could get from it. Can't now? I feel like I'm having one. This Marana's throwing me off. I'm gonna go to sleep now.
I feel like when I cast with you, I'm like in a perpetual state of confusion.
Wow. Wow. I'll have you know, I am 10 times more knowledgeable than 90% of the play-by-plays. And that is a statement brought to me not just by myself, but mostly by myself.
Mm-hmm. But that's still not very difficult, you know?
Still
It's
pretty
like
good.
I can beat a toddler in a fight. It's like good for you. Focus.
Oh.
He doesn't have refraction up. He's gonna die here.
Narrow, baby. See? Like I said, only way to make this Marana work. Support. Bada
They have
boom.
like every single setup.
Like the only lane he goes to where he doesn't get a kill, 100%, is bot. Like that's the literally the nature of this draft right now.
Yep. And then always wanna fly rotate spot, and they can get kills there as well. Because at some point this Jaro is not gonna need that much help anymore. He's
Oh.
just gonna get some levels and then can harass with flak.
Oh, we're just seeing those bad arrows in the bot lane again, as we said. They always come out.
Madara. It's interesting that he skipped the flux against Beast, knowing that there is gonna be boys.
I mean, you don't need it if you just kill him outright. So far, that seems to be the case. And uh-oh. That's a dead Slayer. One more hit. Not quite enough. 9 HP. Spawn was living life on the edge there as well because he almost went down to it. Change logs. Oh, I'm forgetting some.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, no, I was right. Look, don't call me wrong. Headdress was in Vlad's before. I knew I was right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But what you were like, headdress? I was like, yeah, because you build it and then it makes sense.
You said that people started with headdress.
No.
And that
Like,
confused
you
me.
get it and it's a good like scale item, right? Because the regen.
Yeah, sure. But you were like starting with headdress, and I was like, I'm not sure if I,
I mean, maybe
remember
for
that one.
maybe for an Enigma, possibly.
I mean, if you go for like headdress Vlads, you could just start with double Ring of Regen.
That's true.
Stonks.
Oh, Vlad's still
MNT getting very low here.
There's low and there's dead. He's surpassed that limit. He's now dead. So far though, Fug, he's not doing too bad. Top of the CS shot, actually. So all in all, it's just Rubik dragging them away to ensure that Fug gets his creeps. And now Fug's found a bigger creep. Sadly, no retaliate attacks worth knowing. In fact, he pressed retaliate and then immediately got purged. So isn't that a fun experience?
Focus?
He's not focusing.
Focus?
Oh, fairy fire. Gonna turn around. Won't kill Iceberg because he's a TA at level 5 lol.
TA used to be a counter for OD, but with all the changes to TA weakening her laning, it's a pretty even matchup these days. Maybe even OD favored.
Low. This lane is not feeling favor for him. He's gonna salve up. Madara has got another Spark Wraith, which is just gonna carouse him around. Right now, he's the sheep. Madara's the sheepdog, but looks like he let one out of the pen. Sheep just makes me think of kebab.
Madara is having a surprisingly good time on this bottom lane.
I mean, it's
Spartan
hard
is
to imagine
doing a
how you
very
would.
good job.
Like, Spartan, you're right, Spartan is doing a good job. It's like, we've seen it. There's no easy way to hit an arrow in this lane. Unless your opponents are sleeping on the job.
Really like this Bane pick. If it was any other support, aside from maybe Dazzle, this I struggled a ton under this pressure from Rana Beast.
Oh, Shadow Demon. They go down the top lane. They find a pick off. I was about to say, you can't rotate the Shadow Demon down because you want to have him here to make sure that Fug can't keep those retaliate charges up or fight you, basically.
Yeah, Ark is really struggling on this top lane. Fug is having a great
Oh,
time.
wow. Okay, rotation.
Speaking about great times, Iceberg.
It's almost like runes win mid 90% of the time, right? Like, wouldn't that be crazy if DDs decided the outcome of, like, games? If only there was some sample examples of this, like a TI7 grand final game being decided by a DD.
I mean, that game was over already. Come on.
And that was like the most definitive nail in the coffin, though. A DD juggernaut outside Roche. Come on.
I mean, it was cool. It made for some nice highlights, but I feel like that game was decided way before that.
But it is a fair statement that more often than not, DDs seem to decide games these days.
Yeah, sure. Like, every time I lose mid, it's because my enemy gets a DD rune at 2 minutes.
Which,
like,
you know,
there
in
is
fairness,
no other way.
Like, that is your fault as a mid. You could have got there sooner, but it still sucks. Fun, trying to suck a little bit of life
like
out
we
flow.
both go...
Oh, he keeps him alive. Barn's gonna live through, and now Slayer has to run.
Madara is actually saving a skill point.
Maybe next time. Oh, the Stampede gets him away. The flat cannon won't be enough for the poison to kill him off, but they still see him. Maybe next time. TP's out just in time to stay alive.
Tuck is just 1v2ing. I can always wanna fly right now.
I mean, how do you, like, you don't address this. The problem is, like, you do that. That's great. You just hit him once with the soul catcher, but now that he has all this regen, he doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, with this Vanguard, the people harassing him actually take more damage than him.
True. And the big fat stick, he's always got enough mana to just turn around with a classic stomp into the face. Run away. Iceberg, surrounded by traps, decides farming is the most important thing to do now. Focus is so reluctant.
This is almost a full level behind the OD.
I mean, he's rightfully scared because he doesn't know where the Mirana is. This is what we were talking about the first game. You know, the whole idea that a lot of people moved away from these Roman heroes, but this is one of the benefits. Where is he? You don't have a clue where this Mirana is.
Yeah, but at the same time, he should just be jungling. They should put a support mid just to make sure that the XP gets soaked up while he just catches up in the jungle. I feel like it's a mistake to stay mid against OD because that's not a matchup that you're gonna win in time.
He might die now, actually. If Iceberg sees him and hits the Astral, like, Slayer's perfectly positioned for this arrow. There it is.
He did get off the refraction, so I think he's fine.
It'll be close. They've got big attack speed, and there are no TPs, and there is no longer any focus here.
They had TPs on every hero except for Bane. I feel like they could have saved him.
I feel like if you're the Rubik, you're worried because they're so split up that you just TP in and die. But yeah, like if the Bane has TP, then you can definitely make that play.
But even like TPing the Centaur would have been enough to deter FlyToMoon. You don't even have to like finish the TP.
That's true. I guess the concern is like they stun so long that their opponents know that TA can't do anything in that fight. Like even if you stomp one, she should still die because of this build on the Mirana. The Starstorm damage being so high. Uh-oh. Speaking of Mirana, more value found. Need the arrow, need the damage. Centaur trying to protect him. The Nightmare's going to be there. They don't want to have to waste the Stampede, but they might have to. One more hit would do it. And Iceberg says, okay, we'll just switch targets. Problem is they have no mana left, and maybe next time found a haste.
Even with a 5-second arrow and an OD, this Centaur is not dying.
Yeah, he was getting mildly tickled there because, of course, you do go for the maxed out Astral build in this type of game, so you only have 1 point in Arcane Orb.
I think you go for the maxed out Astral in every single game.
That's true. It's pretty damn good, especially for just refreshing your mana supply. I mean, there's maybe like an argument in a stupid game where someone is stacking for you to no end. Maybe.
If you say so. You're more knowledgeable than 90% of play-by-play, so who am I to argue?
I won a game doing it once, so it must be right. I didn't forget about the change in that game and wondered why I was doing no damage when I had a half mana.
I mean, with the old OD, you could like max your Q and E against like Dragon Knight or Tidehunter.
Yeah. But
these days, not
it's
so
too good
sure
for
anymore.
farming. Like, being a mid now is just all about, can I go and farm after the laning phase? I kind of miss the days of the roaming ones. You know, like a Kunkka's first thought is, should I go use a bow in a different lane right now?
I mean, Lina still do that a lot.
That's true.
Like, it really depends on the hero.
Tempest double goes down. No impact.
Dawn got the gold, though.
Yeah, was that the... What killed it?
Maybe there was like one stray creep or something?
I think so.
It's...
Well, they want gold.
I mean, it's obviously calculated by Madara, let's be honest. But
Purge. Fog. Can't really stand to fight against this. Maybe next time going down pretty fast. The flat cannon will be enough to finish him off. The front row is there as well. Fog is melting in the face of all this damage with a rocket barrage. Hasty, tasty kills for Ark. And now always one of Fly's going to stay behind. Meanwhile, Madara does go down in the top lane. Nice rotation. Trying to turn around. There's the Fiend's Grip out on the Gyrocopter. Why did he come this close? That's a question he'll ask himself for a while. As Flow TP's away. They have to admit there was no way to save that Gyro.
Madara died with his Midas ready.
Oh no.
I would like to see some Fs in chat, please.
I mean, it's even worse. He's a good old Arc Warden. You could have 2 Midases going right now.
Oh my goodness, so sad.
And there's an Arcane Rune as well. Oh god, it just keeps getting worse.
Not sure if the Midas is ready on this clone though. Could be on cooldown.
Possibly.
You can't really see.
Oh, yep, 5
Yeah,
seconds.
it's still 5 seconds.
I mean, this here is terrible now. You actually have to, like, remember numbers.
I mean, it's quite easy. At the start, you just have a Midas like once every time you use it, and you don't want to use your ulti on cooldown. And then on level 2, you can use like one value ulti in between, and level 3, you can have it like once every 2 usages.
Chat cringes. They realize just how much Wingblade plays Arc Warden. Stampede in the top. Going on Iceberg. Yeah, it's got the Astral. Can he get out in time? There it is.
He has a blink as well.
Even has the Staff of Whispery coming out to him. They did snipe the Courier. Don't really feel like he needed to get that staff. Nope, he couldn't get it there in time. He did have the stolen Astral. Now they're TPing down. They need to try and help out. Spartan, he's looking like he's already dead. Nightmare to buy a bit of time. Maybe next time post up though. They always want to fly to make sure they die. The Astral buys a little bit of time, but he doesn't have a blink like the person who originally owned it.
This is looking quite scary for Finem, but I feel like this is just as a team FlyToMoon's timing. Like around this 15-minute mark is when they have like their initial round of mid-game items. They have some levels. And this is where they really like making plays.
Arrow?
Slayer going for the
focus. What a hero.
What a bro.
What a brother in a time of need. But Iceberg has arrived. And you're going to need more people to keep people up here. Focus is going to die to the Astral. Iceberg thinks about pursuing 4, but no sense to flip for 20 seconds. So he'll just back away. Bug. Blink Stomp on a Shadow Demon. Getting him pretty low. I'll just brain slap him down.
And they traded support for support, so that's fine.
That's definitely a support for a support, right? I mean, the way he stood in front of the arrow, only a support would do that.
And when you have Madara in team, you have 4 other supports.
He's grip. Cooldown on the Slayer, but Slayer's going to stay alive. Meanwhile, Madara does go down. The Astra's going to catch from the Fug as well, who has no mana left. No way to blink. Spartan will at least throw down a sentry as he runs off. And Iceberg, can he get this? He's got his own blink. Nope, guess it's wrong. Fug runs away. Spartan does not successfully retreat though. This is getting very grim very fast. I think we found how Mirana wins games. She does this and then builds Guardian Greaves.
I am very confused about this Mirana build and playstyle, but it's working so well. I am very impressed by Slayer and FlyToMoon in general. They're really making it work.
Yeah, I mean, if there was any draft that was going to enable a Mirana, like we said in the draft phase, like there's so many good setups for an arrow, right? The amount of perma-stun potential, and, you know, yeah, you've got this Bane that can save you with Nightmare potentially, but as you said, the Shadow Demon combo is impossible to dodge, and you haven't got a long-term save like an Astral or like a False Promise or even a Cold Embrace. You just wouldn't think of this. You just wouldn't sit there and go, this Mirana is going to be this much of a bloody problem.
Yeah, and it's not just getting the kills, it's also just the threat of Mirana being on the map makes it so that you have to play more carefully. You're going to farm slower, you're going to be more hesitant to make plays.
It has the Night Stalker effect. You know how Night Stalker used to be as a support was so good because even if he's not making plays, you have to go, he could be in the woods right next to me right now. Like, he could just jump out at me any second. Oh, they just jumped out onto the Shadow Demon. He was on a ward mission.
I wonder what Iceberg is gonna build now. He has Blink and Kaya. One thing we see a lot is just a straight Hex, but we could see the Kaya and Yasha as well. We could see a quick BKB, we could see a Pike. OD is just one of those heroes that has so many options.
Usually, like, if you get the Blink, you don't want to get Pike, though, right? It's this type of hero that is good for the mobility, but anything more than that feels like you're being too defensive with a hero that's meant to just run at you.
I mean, at the same time, he has a lot of momentum, so does he really need, like, more damage?
Like, I think Sheepstick just... I like Sheepstick more than Hurricane Pike, just because you've got your way in, and you can save yourself to get out with a Blink Dagger. And if you go for the Hurricane Pike, it just feels like instead of doubling down on your ability to just plow through people, you're kind of preserving the ability to stay alive.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Blink Hex BKB is certainly the best way to go in this game.
Oh, they might find a big juicy kill here. Pug, desperate to farm for some reason instead of kill. He knows something's up. Oh, is he going to run fast enough? He might have to actually use the Stampede at this rate. There it is. That'll be enough for them. They'll back away. They'll know that there are wards around here as well. No, wait in mid. If they actually hit Primal Raw into focus, he's just dead. Oh, that's a guessing arrow if I've ever seen one.
This TA is super poor. 0 and 4. Pretty low CS. This feels really bad. Because TA is a super momentum-based hero. If you're behind, you don't really do much at all.
You're not really meant to stay behind either. You're meant to be able to just go farm the jungle if something goes wrong. And you mentioned it earlier on, like,
yeah,
he was staying in the lane. Oh, Rubik? Okay, they're
and
not going to go for
D
it.
actually has more CS than TA at 18 minutes, which is not something that generally happens.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning. Teensy bit concerning. He at least has the Desolator now, so Focus can, you know, at least look strong while he dies. Perch on the bot lane. Bug. They know he has no Stampede. He used to do escape before. Nightmare Protect at the moment. The second cooldown will be enough to get him. Slayer, in fact, gets the kill. Well, he's almost...
I guess
We'll go ahead.
the one saving grace for TA is that she gets level 15 and then she can just put like traps in lane to depush. That's nice.
I'll buy you a little bit of time. Is there not a concern that this Mirana could just eventually become a 4th core if he wants to, though?
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean,
under
it's
attack.
not gonna be long until Slayer is ahead of Focus.
Primal Roar. Here comes the jump. And the Starstorm. Maybe next time will go down. Buyback comes out instantly. No Centaur for 5 more seconds. Flow getting pretty low here. He needs to actually tank it with the boar, and he does. Don't need a micro specifically. Just make sure your boar is closer. And Centaur, this is really aggressive. Focus gets caught as well. Centaur with a long TP is finally going to arrive. Stampede's going to be there. Going to heal up with the mech though. Iceberg going to back away. He was jumped, but he stays alive. Nice arrow through on the Fug. Going to keep him out of the fight. They can just try and back away from this. Slayer just trying to tank the arrow that was stolen. It was his to give away. He has to pay the price, but still Beastmaster falls, and so does the Shadow Demon alongside him.
I'm getting some flashbacks from last game.
It's getting that way a little bit here. I mean, it looked very definitively in FlyToMoon's favor. One small slip up. The question is this going to just go the same way, where they take too long to recover again? Because now it's going to be Nagus.
He's actually going for Shivas. I'm not a huge fan of this. I feel like it's too defensive.
He does it a lot. Like, I was trying to remember what I've seen him do the most. And I occasionally see Sheepstick, but this man loves Shivas. I just felt like this game, he'd look and go, okay, actually, Sheepstick is amazing. I can screw the TA before she gets a BKB. But, no.
Like, I don't like this too much because it's against an Arc Warden, and Arc Warden's right-click damage is like 50% magical damage just because of the Mjolnir and the insane attack speed. So
yeah.
Chivas is nice, but it doesn't do that much against Arc Warden.
It's also the escalation.
I feel like the way you deal with Arc Warden is you just jump him. Like, you can itemize as defensively as you want. You're still gonna die to two carry heroes hitting you at the same time. Like,
especially with your heroes as well, they're designed to jump people. You shouldn't be trying to like whittle them down from afar or reduce their attack.
Yeah, exactly. If he messes up with his positioning and he gets like double fluxed, he can't do anything in the fight.
In that case, he is fluxed.
They do see Madara now.
They
This
could
could
jump
be big.
in. There it is. Primal Roar. They got the arrow, the perfect target. Of course, they did give that Aegis cross to the TA. Meanwhile, he's fighting up against the Tempest double here, and he's going to pay with his life for it. The cooldown connects on the Spartan. They're not close enough to connect for a kill, though. They'll blink forward, but it's too late. Iceberg. Close.
As an Arc Warden player, seeing stuff like this just makes me happy. Dying, but then having your clone kill the enemy carry, it just feels
It's like carry on my children. Like, I'm a big Wraith King player. I like the idea of me just dying and then watching my Skelly bros, my little children, just doing the work for me. They're doing some work on Always 1-5, but he protects himself with the disruption. They need to retreat right now. He was forward, Stampede coming out, but there's the Astral. You can use the Blade Mail as well, so when you come out, there is a not so nice surprise for you.
I'm surprised they decided to hug instead of focus, because they easily could have killed him twice with the Aegis.
That is true.
There is no blink, there is no BKB on focus, he's super vulnerable.
Is it one of those scenarios where, like, he's got a second life? You know, it's maybe a little bit dangerous. Maybe they're worried about the Centaur getting a godlike stomp.
I feel like if Centaur goes in, you kill him as well.
Yeah.
So Madara opting to go for a Hex here.
Okay.
Decent choice.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
I mean, you know they're going to build BKBs probably next, right? Like Iceberg's already on his way to BKB, so something like the Orchid build wouldn't be as impactful here.
You generally go Orchid when you have Shadow Blade as well, to be more of a pick-off style Arc Weapon. But one thing that's worth considering in this game is having a Hurricane Pike, because you have two of them. So if you have a clone out and they go on you, you can save yourself. It's very nice. I don't know, Hex is very good too, especially because Iceberg decided to not rush a BKB, so there's probably gonna be a Hex before his BKB, or it's gonna be close either way.
It should be
Hex is just very...
about the same, right? Because obviously Hex is a bit more expensive. I mean, you do farm faster as Arc Warden, but it feels like he hasn't got much of the map to farm.
It's gonna be close, I suppose.
If it comes down to Wake, fine farm. Because the problem is, like, they can get Madara there quicker, but then you can't supplement Focus's farm. You know he's not going to get any, because the stacked is 5 down here. Whereas...
I mean, Focus is a poet, who cares?
He plays his traps, he gives you slows, he sets up kills for your Arc Warden.
Yep. He jumps in front of arrows. For the boys.
For the last out tower fallen. And I don't think FlyToMoon are going to stop here. They realize it's going to be hard for them to get everyone back quick enough, and even if they do, then you just back out cleanly.
Well, this is the real Arc
Oh,
Warden.
Stomp on it too. Going to jump in right now, but the Crown Royal did come out. There was a jump on Arc Warden. He's not involved. The Fiend Script on the OD. Lasting a long time because they got the people out first, and he will fall. They need to retreat and get everyone out clean. Let's see if they can do exactly that. Fug is low. Could go for the Blink Stomp, though. Thinking about it.
Arc has no BKB.
No, Arc has no BKB and no life. He's gone. Double Edge kills him off. Blink away just in time by Flow. They'll turn around. Slayer says, "You're coming with me." His Fug does fall. Just bounce off into the distance with the leap. Make his escape.
I feel like FlyToMoon is just not on the same page. They jumped in on the Arc Warden, but at the same time, the rest of his team was running back. So Flow not properly communicating his initiation there, I think.
Big surprise for both offlaners there. One saying, "Where the hell's my team?" and one saying, "This wasn't expected, but come on, team."
Slayer?
Vegas. Slayer's gonna make it out. Nope, they didn't look for him.
We didn't see him!
It is nighttime, but you know where the Mirana went.
It's just out of vision. I think Finem just assumed that she kept running into the trees and didn't bother chasing, but... Okay. That's a big brain play by Slayer, as expected.
I mean, the bigger brain play is incoming. He's going for that Solar Crest next, which, as we know, I think a lot of people have started to admit it. It feels like probably the closest to a broken item we have, if not a broken item in Dota right now.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Without, like, hero specifics.
Any hero.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's just a generic fit, like Spirit Vessel used to be all the time.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
So, last game we saw Gyro being very good with IO farming very fast, but we see how much weaker of a hero Gyro is without that IO supporting him. He's just very slow, he doesn't farm that fast, he's not that strong in fights.
He has had a decent
It's a
impact,
tough game
though.
for Arc.
I think you have to lean into, like, your reliance on magical damage is always the awkward issue of, like, Gyro without IO.
Is he gonna die again to a clone? No.
He's fine. I don't think he has long enough to kill him. He'll get him down to half HP at best. And Arc says, "I want to farm that." 300 gold, thank you very much. So wait, is this double? Yes, double Solar Crest coming out for FlyToMoon at this rate. Because Slayer's going for one. Of course, you already have one on your Beastmaster.
Interesting. You don't usually see this.
It's not terrible though, right? You just stick one on your leading teammate to defend them, the other one on their target.
Yeah, well, one on Iceberg and one on Arc.
Definitely some value to be had.
Right, so there is the Hex from Madara before the BKB.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And there's decent amount of time left as well, yeah. There's still 500 gold that Iceberg needs. So if they strike now, this would be perfect. And you can already see how aggressive Iceberg is posturing. Problem is, they know this area is watered because they know how long FlyToMoon have been playing around here.
Radiant's middle tower is
Arc,
under
however.
Okay. Madara deciding to go for a Blink instead of Hurricane Pike. I feel like this is pretty okay against FlyToMoon's heroes because they have a lot of like saves. They have 2 kinds of imprisons, so jumping is pretty valuable at the same time.
Dog's been found. Dog is dead.
That's a nice kill. Not sure if they can do something with this though.
They could, because there's no buyback, right? It's 50 seconds. You might be able to pressure high ground.
Yeah, but you're pushing into TAI quite, and
That's true.
it's quite a tall summit to climb.
Although Roche might spawn in 5 seconds. If this is a quick spawn, this is actually perfect for FlyToMoon.
Yeah, and they have some pretty decent Roche taking potential.
It's a long spawn. 2 minutes still. Flow.
It's fortunate for Finem.
This is overly aggressive. Oh, blink away just in time. That was a bit greedy. I think Spartan didn't need the Enfeeble to get the kill there, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. He just needed to get out the grip.
Flow.
I love MNT's positioning, by the way. He just ran all the way to the like cliff in the Dire jungle and then TP'd away.
Better safe than sorry, my friend.
And he didn't even void. He just went on an expedition.
Adventures with Rubik.
So Focus has done a decent job recovering. He's up to his Blink BKB Deso now, which is like your basic items to start having impact as a TA.
And naturally,
at the same time, he's against like Gyro plus Beast, so he's still gonna struggle a lot in these fights.
Still, if he can get to 25 cleanly, he'll have use. But look at this, Astral. Oh, full staff gets Fug away. Much needed as well. Spartan, clutch save, but can he save himself? Always want to fly catches him. Primal on the side. They do see Focus. They mount through this fraction quickly. The arrow dodged by the Nightmare. Beautifully done down the left. The Stampede in return. Just trying to get out to the high ground. The Hex is there to stop. Goes forward on the arc. Going to get him pretty low here. He can't get his BKB. Finally will come out. He needs to retreat though. BKB's using Focus as well, so they can't look to initiate back into on him. Bug did use the Stampede as well. He could still go for a Godly Stomp though. Iceberg. Oh, the disruption. Always want to fly. Just in time. Iceberg. Going to kite him out. Playmail's there though. Hex comes out. Jump forward on the Iceberg. Should be able to bring him down quick enough because the disruption was used aggressively. And now they'll chase for more. The Flux is out and always want to fly. Should die soon, but Barn goes down to Slayer on the back line. To support.
Look at Iceberg's item queue.
Oh, do I want to stand it? Slayer? Oh, this is brave, my friend. This is very brave. Be very afraid because you and Ark are dead. Meanwhile, Flow in a land of push. Not really achieving much with it.
If Iceberg had a Hex there, they could have followed up on Focus, but the Shivas just isn't doing that much.
Well, maybe next time is following up. He took the bounces, a leap thrower, and he'll be using them. Low, I don't think he gets out of this now. The blink away, but guess what's coming?
The Spirit sees him.
It's the Spookin'. Rubik is not chasing though.
I don't know. He doesn't have a blink on Rubik, so it's hard to keep up.
Plus Roche. I think like if they didn't see Roche up, they'd probably go for that kill, right? No one's alive. No one can save Beastmaster.
Madara actually went for the Shadow Blade instead of the blink or the fight, so he's transitioning into more of a pick-off oriented arc, which I really like this game. I mean, they're starting to get more and more map control, so this kind of build tends to do really well in those situations.
We'd likely see a Bloodthorn next on him.
Yep.
At which point, Iceberg has a tear in his eye, and is probably dead before he gets out of the Hex. He's able to BKB. Hence why that Stanic's going to be even more important, but so far away.
He has a lot of armor, but he didn't take the HP talent on level 20, so he's only at 1820 HP.
Disruption gets from the Hex, but suddenly Tempest double, and you already see Finem all on the high ground, just waiting patiently for a slip up from FlyToMoon this defense. Ace the Gyro on his way, but he could still very easily die if he's not careful. After all, there's that Fiend's Grip. But now, Cromwell comes out, cooldown as well, trying to get rid of Bane quickly, and there is Clips gets rid of him. Most of all, still inside Finem, now trying to fight. BKB's activated, jumping in, looking on the OD, trying to get him quick enough. He's protected by the disruption. Focus is waiting for when he comes out, but Ark with BKB chasing free on Madara, forces him to use the cheese already. And they're going to chase some more. Buyback comes out and Shadow Demon. Can they get this quick enough? Hex is there as well. The Gyrocopter chasing on through. Stomp missed time though. Nice save with the Astro, and now Slayer going to go down the side. Being overwhelmed by the damage to Focus. They did get the kill to Madara though. The big kill is found, but FlyToMoon, they really need more out of this. They can't find it.
Dire's bottom tower is under
That was
attack.
very good for FlyToMoon for sure. And they're gonna be able to force out Aquad and buyback here most likely. He's gone for 70 seconds and he's their primary D-push. If I were focused, I would just run to mid right now and make sure there's a lot of traps there.
Well, instead he's just
Actually,
gonna
it
farm the
looks
jungle.
like FlyToMoon is content just hitting jungle creeps.
I think they're scared because they still have to respect the fact that TA does have a second life, right?
I don't really think you care that much about TA. They even have Roy. They could still try to do something, but I feel like at this point it's kind of late.
No, there's nothing they can do now. And it's not like the Aegis is going to expire super soon either. It's not like you were waiting that out. I'm moving forward a little bit now, but Ark needs to
I feel
actually
like
be careful.
they at least could have gotten out like some aggressive voids maybe. Like you don't have to go high ground to make use of getting a pick like this.
Well, Wingblade, you did say that this series has felt a bit like pub games, and as we know, in pub games, what do people typically do after taking a good fight?
They go jungle.
There we go.
This is true. You make a compelling argument, Pigeon.
All about observation, my friend.
Alright, so Iceberg did decide to go for the Hex next instead of the Satanic, which is a shame, but probably for the best.
Uh-oh. Shadow Demon doing, let's call it things. Because I don't actually have any other clue as to why he's in the mid lane like that. And Slayer, oh, the arrow. Spartan actually boldly force-staffed himself into it. Back up. Iceberg could try and cut the wave if he wasn't too busy farming creeps in the jungle.
Dire are scanning.
This might be a lane if you're not careful. I mean, it is an arc
Dog
after all.
actually has 4k HP. My goodness.
Dire's middle tower is under
It's
attack.
a big boy.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Scary boy. You can actually already see Yodi and Jaro not in a rush to get back. They kind of know what's going to happen here with Arc Wood. Oh, jump in. Jaro in a lot of trouble. That's the long-range arrow hitting him in the face there. Now the force stuff him into a mess. Actually, miscommunication. Fuck doesn't hit the stomp. But now the lift long enough for the prone roar. Now the BKB going to move in. The P-script prone out finally to Jaro, but it doesn't last long enough because the part, he's too far forward. He's going to go down.
Madara.
Through. Iceberg looking for this. Madara trying to escape. This can't. Classic clips dropped on their face. And suddenly they're erased. Maybe next time we'll TP away successfully, but the Astral is there. The rat is on the wall. This man is not making out focus. The prime target found on the side after the main meal. One life and a second one to follow. Could go for the blink away, but the arrow perfectly timed Slayer, proving once again, as he has been all game long, is on point.
Right, so this is a very nice opportunity for FlyToMoon to do some more jungling.
Let's see what they're going to do, because Jaro... Oh, no, he's going for runes then junk. Nope. No, he's going for creeps in lane. But Iceberg, he's on the move. He gets it. And Slayer is here with the gem now. Like, maybe that was their thought process. They thought that the mid last time had been psionic trapped up. They didn't realize what we knew, which is that, you know, there were no traps there at all.
It's nice to have a gem though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jump
there
in.
is.
Iceberg. They forced the buyback, but the arrow stolen again. When will they learn their lesson? They're not killing him quickly here. And there's the disruption. That's what they were waiting for. The Guardian Greaves heal up as well. Bug purged up from Raw as well. Hex on Iceberg. BKB though. Gonna back up. He's still low on HP. Bug will go down. Madara. Yes, goes Tempest double. Stannis ground fighting well. Jarkop is slept up. Spartan barely escaping alive. Now the Nightmare dragged across into the ball. Ark trying to back away. Does still have the BKB. And with the Satanic, it's not easy to lock down any longer. Being script for 15 seconds. They're gonna need it for this. Look at the posturing. FlyToMoon, they know. They stick Jaro on the high ground. They protect him. They have all the saves they need. Oh,
the arrow.
that arrow.
Again.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Slayer's not the only god tier arrow here in this game. Maybe next time proving he should play Mirana as well. FlyToMoon. Take the rack. Hex comes out. Madara trying to force them away. Will protect the other. Tempest double and the magnetic field. The arrow. Ooh, Slayer. He had a bad feeling about that. All in all, remarkable turnaround from FlyToMoon here.
under attack.
Yeah, if they get a good initiation, they can certainly still win fights.
Radiant's bottom
I mean, we just see when they can get on top of this Arc Warden and take him out early. At Finem doesn't stand a chance because this isn't really a great TA game.
And we saw the saves come into effect, right? Like, Iceberg was so low on HP, but they refused to commit anymore because they knew what was going to happen. Kind of why saves are such a popular part of DOTA if you know you're going to be past the 30-minute mark. These heroes.
Yeah, and I really like this double strategy. Like, if they go on Shadow Demon, OD can save. If they go on OD, Shadow Demon can save.
That's why usually we see a counter to these type of lineups. There's someone like Enigma, for example. Anything that has like a big AoE stun is the way you usually go. But as we can see from Admin's lineup, you know, Stomp's nice. It's not exactly the size of a black hole, though.
I have to say, I really love MNT with this arrow.
He's been doing a lot.
If you get a full 5-second arrow on Rubik, it's actually like 9 seconds.
Yeah, we got previews of that.
Oh, not actually 9, more like 7. But,
If you enfeeble that play, though.
time.
If you enfeeble.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, don't forget the important Bane factor in this game. Even the Gyro with his stats resistance build would feel that.
Yeah, I mean, if you get arrowed with Enfeeble, you can just get yourselves some tea.
Just go make yourself coffee or something, yeah. Come back for game 3. Dara keeping the waves pushed out at least. Identifying that after they lost those racks, he needs to push it in preparation for the fight that could occur in a minute's time.
Looks like Madara is feeling forced to buy a BKB, and I don't blame him.
It's either that
like
or
he
Lincoln's.
keeps getting just bursted down in one stun.
It's either that or Lincoln's, because there is a concern that you could easily get Primal Roared still.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, I feel like you really need the BKB more. Because there is a lot of single target spells that can just cancel a Lincoln's.
You never done the cheesy double Lincolns, put it on your main guy?
It's interesting, I guess.
We call that the hashtag I hope this works strategy. Until they, you know, use Astral, Disruption, and Primal Roar all at the same time. But then they don't have any saves of themselves.
Yeah, true. I mean, it would be very cool to see.
Sometimes you gotta play to win.
In general, BKB is just more reliable.
Yeah.
Any risks with weird builds.
It's hard, like, and it's not the same as most heroes BKB, where once I commit this, it's committed. But you have your Tempest double that could commit his, and
yep.
Yeah. And usually you shouldn't be exposed first before your Tempest double anyway. If you have, you're probably already dead. Slayer. I wonder if they can set this up. I like Spartan's positioning. Like, they realize how much they're going to play around this top area because Roche is up soon. But actually, FlyToMoon, they're not being too greedy here. You can actually see Beastmaster the only one splitting up.
He wants to get a word on the cliff, but he messed up his voice.
Whoops.
Come on, despite then.
And that is here. Of course, the difference between these two is one has boots to travel and the other doesn't, so Beastmaster can come and go as he pleases. And Roche is now up, as Ark will realize.
That's a big Aegis.
Oh, the Ags as well. I mean, there's some decent targets you can give it to, right? Like, Slayer's not bad with it. Could maybe go for, like, the OD. That gives you the double Astral save, right?
I guess you give it to...
They're thinking about it. It's like, who do we... Double Purge? Double Purge.
I thought they would give the Aegis to Gyro because he's going to be hitting buildings.
I guess it's because they're looking at like, he's already got Ags. He could just upgrade to get rid of it. Is there bigger impact value here? I think it was always like Shadow Demon or OD. Just because, like, we said how good the saves are. Having another one isn't a bad idea.
Oh, I was speaking about the Aegis.
Oh, the Aegis. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was talking about Ags. Oh, the Aegis. That's Ice.
I would give Axe to SD for sure. Yeah. It's just too good to have 3 bloody purges. It's insane. Like, you completely destroy TA as well. Like, she's not gonna have the attack range from her side blade, so she's a melee hero for all intents and purposes.
Not just that as well.
Which is
the
not
arrow.
great if you have one.
Jump in. TA saved by the Astral. Wait for it to come out. Force BKB straight away. Broke up by that purge you were talking about.
She's useless.
She can run around slowly. Astral again. Oh, Hex out. Need to be careful. Jump in. Bug Beast Grip as well. They're going on the OD pretty hard here. This is why they give him the Aegis as Arc. He's free to do what he wants. The Flat Cannon chasing in, trying to protect them with the Magnet Field, but it's not good enough. The Stampede's trying to run away. Spirit Vessel means the Centaur can't hang around. Gyro dead for 95, though. And maybe next time, again, with these Astrals. Where's the follow-up, though?
It lasts so long.
Arrow through. Maybe next time gets hit by it, though. Focus, chasing in. The Hex is there on OD. He'll protect himself with the Astral. He just wants to get the hell out of dodge. Disruption. Blink away. Iceberg dodges out the Spark Ray from the side, but walks straight into a big mess. The arrow through doesn't connect. Still the end, but that's too late. Madara won't care about it. The damage is done. Two big calls from FlyToMoon is dead, and looks like Always Want to Fly might be the final casualty, as he can't move away quick enough.
They went so deep into a choke point against like Centaur and Aqua. I feel like they can just be really defensive and slowly whittle down the tower. Instead, they like full committed.
Radiant are scanning.
They got a nice arrow, but you have to know that there is some save.
Yeah, like
Nice solo pick by Flo.
You've got to respect this guy right here, the one that now has a blood splat where he used to live. Maybe next time has been on point this game. The arrows, the astral saves now. There's just so many good spells in this game, and it just feels like they're in a rush. They're not respecting it. As a result, Beastmaster might now die. The arrow on the Bane. Now, Force Stuff trying to get away. Hex is there, though. And this should be the end for him. But Iceberg, he strikes on the side. Sees Madara. Gets him. He's down. He'll get the BKB off the Tempest double, but the main one is dead. Mel Bash going to come out. OD needs to back away from this. He has got the Astral. He'll use it just in time, but no blink. He won't be able to get away from this. The Stampede as well. The arrow through. Drops the Science Eclipse. Spartan lives, though. Madara still chasing with that Tempest double. Forces Slayer away.
I love how he's dead and he gets a double kill with his
Tower is under attack.
Arc Warden's a fun
This
hero.
just plucks some joy in my heart as an Aquarium player.
Disgust me more and more with every word. But I think that was your intention all along. The good news is Arc is alive, so there won't be any push from
Always
Advent.
wanna fly?
Well, living up to his true pseudonym, Always Wanna Die. Amazingly enough, the save mechanics of this lineup don't really work well when the other part of it is dead.
Yeah.
But
So Arc does pick up his MKB. It's very nice, but at the same time, I'm still not really feeling Gyro in this game.
no,
He's just so vulnerable. If he gets hexed once, he just dies. And he has to get quite close.
it's not like in this type of game, the level 25 is a big impact, right? Home missile charges aren't bad, but you know, you got the BKBs on the big danger targets in terms of the Arc Warden and the TA.
Dire's top tower.
Maybe it's
Actually,
nice to
really
stop
like
Bane.
the global cooldown on
Yeah.
Gyro.
Like,
You can
no one really
scout
takes
with it, you can push lanes.
I get why everyone's like so obsessed with home
pretty rocket.
missiles because it's pretty
Mhm.
insane damage and stun potential, but especially against an Arc Warden, the potential to just de-push that seems pretty strong.
Yeah, but at the same time, in the late game, almost everyone has BKBs, and if they don't have BKB, they're gonna have a Lotus Orb.
Yeah. So return to sender, basically.
Yep. And even if you do get the 3 homing missiles, it's just not a very strong ability in the late game, because there is such a long delay. We're gonna see a fight here, maybe?
Focus. Oh. Flo doesn't want that. They'll back away. I feel like the other
Focus
problem...
actually...
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, the other problem with the cooldown idea is, like, it would feel really good if you can take the cooldown reduction at 20, but 40 movement speed is way too good to pass up.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of a single situation in which you do not take that 40 movement. It's so much. It's actually insane that it's still that high.
I agree.
Smoke. They're going pretty aggressive, and they are walking straight into the mistake area. You do not approach this high ground without clear vision, which is why they're waiting for the Hawk to fly on through. Make sure it's safe. And they might find the squishy underside because Madara is the closest to them.
Well, Madara actually going E-Blade with the 25 talent.
They could catch him here.
This is such a goofy build.
Oh, the orbs came down though. Maybe next time with a lift. Trying to buy some time, and we'll do exactly that. Art throws out the cooldown straight away. The Tempest double isn't here, and they know that much. Jump in straight away. Going forward, the Prime Roar comes out. The BKB. The Stampede to move in quick enough. Iceberg has his own BKB run, and he's actually for a Science Eclipse. He's waiting on that. There it is, focus. No, the Melt Bash again. Allows him to move away a little bit, but the arrow connects, and he's going to go down. 2 dead on the side of Finem already. The BKB run out from Mark, but Madara.
But it's the real Madara.
Run out soon. He needs to move away quicker than this. Trying to get out with the Shadow Blade. But Flo is chasing. Can't see him right now on the side. They will find MNT. And it looks like they will barely keep Madara alive, but they already forced the buyback out of the TA, which is huge here.
That was so scary. If they lost Madara there, that would have been insane.
I mean, you
at
have
that
so much
point,
leverage. Like, even with buyback, you're on the edge at that point.
Yeah. And 2 cores without buyback is so scary.
I have to actually give a huge shout out, especially to Spartan there. Like, that last second realization to throw down that ward saved them from everything.
Yep. Could have been way worse. Look at Slayer. He has 2 gems.
I
have to give some props to him. He's 11 and 3 on this position for Marana.
Yeah, 11, 3,
Super
20.
impressive.
Or, like, he's been involved in so many of these kills. He's almost been involved in every single kill. 35 out of 36. Sorry, 31 out of 36 kills, rather, he's been involved in.
I mean, he's a core at this point.
He
to
is.
be honest.
Like, if it wasn't for his build being utility-based, you'd see a right-clicking Marana with, like, Maelstrom, BKB, MKB. And you'd be like, well, that's going to kill us. Instead, he's been focusing more on making sure you can't kill his teammates, and it has paid off.
If she went for a right-click build, I'm convinced they wouldn't be this far ahead now.
No, 100% not. Because, like, Beastmaster doesn't really do this utility build. It's not... If you had an offlane that does it, I'm fine with it. Like, if you had something like Centaur, for example, I'm kind of fine with it. But in this type of game, he made the right call. And it's tempting as well with this hero. I also like that he took the cooldown talent. Like, realizing that he was never going to go right-click. He doesn't need that attack speed.
I'm just trying to dissuade people in pubs from playing position for a right-click Marana.
But you're happy if they do the Guardian.
Yeah. I mean, happier, because I'm still not happy, because I'm convinced that random pub people cannot make it work this well.
I think like you give yourself a stable crutch if you do in pubs where you build an ATOS as well. Like, if you don't have this much set up, you're probably going to need an ATOS. ATOS is such a good crutch item in general. It makes you so hard to kill, and actually for a lot of people who are bad at skill shots, they can suddenly feel like they're good.
I'm just happy that Atos is now in a purchasable state, because in Dota that item has been useless for so long.
Sure, but it needed to be tweaked back a bit because it was insanely at the top. Back.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pendulum, I suppose.
I like a lot of heroes like that. Like, say Marana. Hodge is an obvious one. I kind of like the idea of it on Wind Ranger as well. It kind of offsets her biggest problem, which is she just dies straight away.
I love how Iceberg got damaged by his Spark Ray for like 600 damage and then started pinging himself.
Well, Spartan just took a lot of damage there. That was a pretty quick pick-off, and he's actually dead longer than the Primal Roar's on cooldown. He doesn't have buyback. They might realize this quickly. I mean, Roche is up in 50 seconds. They have a window to just take that for free.
Madara, is he gonna find Flow here?
This would be big.
He has a lot of damage, but is it gonna be enough? Doesn't look like it.
So I feel like, you know, if you have double gem, some weird crap should happen where you cannot see your map anymore. You can't see people anymore. You can just see invis everywhere.
What?
You can't take them off. Hey, have you never played that game, Keep Talking or it will explode? Oh, or you explode.
Nope.
So it's like this game where one person has all the instructions and the other person can see the bomb, right? And you have to communicate. So it'd be like that. Because you'd have this person who can't see everything you can, and you'd have to tell him where to use spells and such. But he'd be able to tell you where all the wards are, where the Ricky is, all times.
I was at a training camp once for Dota, and Kipspo was there, like the old Vega Fnatic coach. And she made us play Dota, where only one guy could have a minimap, and he had to instruct the entire rest of the team.
I heard about this, yep.
It was actually insane.
Pretty smart.
Like, you don't realize how much you watch the minimap until you don't have it anymore.
So, like, I was talking to you earlier about, like, what would be good for tier 2, tier 3. And that kind of stuff with, like, interesting spins on a tournament are genius because people actually are going to tune in for that. Like, I still like the idea of the Grief Olympics. So I used to... I watched a little bit of Heroes of Storm. It's never a big game. They had this hilarious little amateur tournament called Grief Olympics. And what it was is that one member would go on the other team.
Oh god, that's amazing.
Like, there had to be kind of like flex rules. Like, you can't just run down mid, right? Because that's just too far. But because like the nature of spells, it was easier in that game. So like, perfect example was there was this hero called Vikings that had 3 heroes. And they had Invoker. And Invoker had this explosion spell where it would explode and then it would infect things nearby and that would explode, right? So you just have this Vikings guy who was trolling his team, running around, keeping explosions going and ruining the rest of them. Kind of like a Cursed Crown type effect that keeps refreshing. But something like that would be genius. And they just feed info to their opponent, like their real teammates. It's like, yeah, they have wards here. They're making a rotation here. It'd be genius.
There's a lot of opportunities in Dota for sure.
Oh, Iceberg. Learning what slow attack speed really is. Yeah. Let me just wind up. Oh, the Fiends group to turn around. They need to get across quick enough. Just in time with the disruption. Focus has to be KB, but the prime roar is there. And now Iceberg, refresh, blinks away just in time to turn around. Stands the clips. Nice dodge with the Nightmare, though. Hex, gonna get him out. Moves pretty damn fast. Makes it escape the Stampede. Now they're jumping in. They're gonna get Iceberg all over. He's still alive and Bug. Run out HP quickly. Will go down. Arc with the flat cannon, just forcing them back and away. They keep Focus alive, but they do lose their center. And now the cheese has been dropped. They're gonna heal up.
That's why he's hitting so hard.
Yep, but can he hit hard for long? The arrow through, but there's the Astral Save again. Tempest double, half duration left, but dying pretty fast. Flow, lifted up, the Telethesis lift. Flyback comes out from Fog. Nightmare is there. On to OD, they need to get him out alive. They can't afford for him to go down. The gem gets dropped, the Beast Bounce falls, but no, the arrow! Just in time! Fog jumps straight into it. Nightmare. Mirana protected by the disruption. She can try and leap away here. She needs to do it fast. She only have 1 charge left, and the tree line feels a lifetime away. Always want to fly, trying to get out, but the Mel Bash is there, dead and free. Blink away. All that effort to keep Iceberg alive, at least he lives in the end.
Madara has a Dagon and Ark has a Rapier. This is such a mean game.
It is a party for sure. And well,
I feel like this game is still pretty much completely even though. Even though FlyToMoon has a 16k lead, it doesn't feel that way.
The nature of those buybacks as well. You know, FlyToMoon could easily buy back and flip this around right now. There it is coming out. The backstab. Iceberg moving in. Has BKB to work with, but no target. He's one on the side finally. And with Force Spirit Vessel on him as well. They'll be able to find maybe next time. But that might be all they get.
A buyback.
A missile. Madara for a second was like, is this on me? Bug. Let's move away with the Stampede.
Madara is just standing in base. He's like,
I don't know what to do, guys.
I just don't want to get picked off. I'll just go zap people from a distance. Please don't hurt me.
You know what I think that was? Like, you saw that home missile fly overhead, right? In your mind, if you saw that, you're like, okay, it wasn't on me. But I'm not putting myself out there like that again. Because next time...
Yep. That's when your height skips a beat.
The prize is mine.
Moving. Converging. Iceberg and Slayer still not there just yet. Arc going on the lane. Big fat rapier.
He managed to save his Aegis. Oh, that's very nice. At the same time, how do you push into this Arc Ward? And this is just disgusting.
Well, they're trying with the disruption to just absorb it all, and that's decently done. They're moving and clean up the Tempest double now, and there you go. That's how you get in. You want an answer, they have it. Buy back out from Rubik. There. They're just playing around with it at this point. Arrows through. Connects. Maybe next time. That's what they're saying. Maybe next time we go, but no, it's dead. They jump straight in. The Beast Group comes out though onto Iceberg. BKB's running, but will be enough to protect him. They're trying to get through quick enough. There's the disruption now. Arc chasing him with the tanks. Heal up and force him away with the Black Cannon, doing a lot of work here. Pop the Linkers to put on him. The Dagon gets him pretty low, and there it is. The double zap gets the Aegis. Can they find more? Flow jumping in. Front roll comes out straight away onto the real Arc Ward. Chasing in. Madara gonna get low. Slayer makes the moves. The arrow as well is down. They find the kill. Buyback comes out straight away. Iceberg low on HP though. They need to be careful. The Stampede, the Stomp, Arc. He's got that Rapier, but no second life anymore. Needs to move away lowest. Will protect him though. No Satanic for 10 seconds. No BKB for 40. They force the big buyback and they retreat. For the moment, there is an arrow on Fug. They got tempted, but they'll just leave because the creeps are doing all the good work.
FlyToMoon has to be so happy with that. They got another set of racks. They didn't really lose anyone important. They forced out a buyback from the Arc Warden.
It's very methodical. This is what we were worried originally. It's like FlyToMoon were going to kind of lose their pace, but they've started to recover, started to understand. It's more of a probing lineup that they have, which is weird to say against an Arc Warden opponent. But you can't just hard commit into these guys. Instead, Focus is hard committed to farming creeps, I can only assume. And as a result, I think he may have just caused a conundrum. He does have buyback, but if you are forced to commit that now, you know Madara's used to buy back as well. This could be game losing.
Yeah, I would only give them a 16% chance to win right now.
It is a 16% chance. Look at you. The AI man. It's almost like you looked. Madara? Zappin?
What? No, I just calculated it.
Barn? He's gone. He has to buy back.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice
arrow, no!
on
That's the
time.
big one, fuck! He gets found! Slayer proving the power of Moran and the chasing in his own. Spartan down to half HP, does have the Fiend's Grip, but they can't look to go into Arc right now. Slayer throws out a few more arrows. Focus sidesteps them. But Arc Warden does not. Madara is nap time for a while. And, oh my god, these free arrow talents. It's so underrated, the power of this talent. Everyone just thinks perma invis is great, but imagine you're in a giant fight and you have to dodge 3 arrows at once.
It's pretty good. I love how wards give almost 400 gold now as well.
Dewarding pays.
They give more than bloody Arc Ward and clones.
Gotta escalate. Dara. Temp's double just melts pretty damn fast. He can't commit hard. Iceberg scout through the Shivas. Clips on his Spartan. Moves straight in. Science Clips gets him straight away. He has no way back into this either. Now the Hex is out. Focus. He's getting low. BKB tries to turn around the Melt Bash, but Arc is doing too much damage. We'll bring him down alongside Madara as GG gets called. It looks like we are going to need a third game here.
My goodness.
What a day of Dota this is already.
And Slayer ends the game as 13-4. And of course 29 assists. What a performance by him.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we said, how was they going to make this work? If any lineup could make it work, it's going to be this one with so many ways to enable the Piranha. And I feel like I have to give him MVP. Slayer was so on point through and through in this game.
Oh, for sure. Like, Ike did 90k damage, Iceberg 16-4, but Slayer, he just created so much space.
As a result of that, FlyToMoon, you know, it looked shaky. It looked like Finem was starting to come back and they might just barrel because of this Arc Warden. But in the end, Arc Warden, he's not infallible. He's not unbeatable. And FlyToMoon proved that as they force a third game here. So short break, then we'll be back for that one and we'll see who can take it. We'll see if we'll get some cheesy Arc Warden picks. Or maybe we'll get greeted to some Mirana bans in the first phase. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that there's going to be some breaks first. Some ads, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes.
LOOT.BET. Made for live betting.